A lot of people ask me about plumb bobbing and what is plumb bobbing and how do you do it, and what are people doing when they stand here and they're holding their putter up to sort of have a look at their putt. And what they're doing is trying to tell what the break is or what the slope on the putt is. Now, I thought I would do a little video and just explain to you how it works. I'm not necessarily advocating this method because there's different schools of thought as to whether it can work or not, but I myself used to use it and I used to really love it, and I felt it gave me a lot of confidence. And if it's something that just gives you some extra confidence when you're putting, well, it's not a bad thing. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to stand in an absolute straight line between the ball between you and the hole. Then what you're going to do is you're going to hold your putter up so that you're going to close your right eye, and the left edge of the putter is going to dissect up the middle of the ball. So you're going to be holding the putter, you're closing your right eye, and then this edge of the putter will cut the ball in half. Then if you can allow the putter to hang a bit like a plumb bob, if you've got directly behind and you've got the ball up the left edge, the center of the ball, if you look up to the top of the grip will be either to the right or to the left of the hole. So then you'll know where to aim. So if your grip is to the right of the hole, you'll aim to the right, and if the grip's to the left, you'll aim to the left. So I know it's a little bit difficult to explain, but essentially close the right eye, the left edge of the putter down the bottom here, you will cut the ball in half, and then as you look up the top, it will tell you whether to aim right or left depending where the grip of the putter is. So I hope that helps. Maybe give it a little bit of a try at home, well, not at home because there won't be any break, before you go and play on your practice green, before you play in the comp, and just give it a try, see if it works for you. And even as I said, if it just gives you a little bit more confidence, it might be worth a try. So let's talk about green reading basics, so green reading 101. Now, a lot of people that I watch play golf, I notice that they really don't take much time at all having a look at their putts. Now, compare that to the pros, who I know probably take too long, but you really need to spend at least some time having a look at the break of the green. Now, also people say to me, oh, Anne, if I get down, I won't be getting back up again. So let's do an easy method of reading the greens. So two real main things. If you can't get down really low and have a look, at least stand behind your putt and look at the general break of the green. So look at the green as a whole rather than just at your putt. I think that's a really great way to get a feel for the break on the green. If you've got water on your course, generally the ball will run towards the water, so that's another little tip that you can use. And the other thing I would suggest is that when you putt your first putt up to the hole, read the second one. So a lot of times people will take the time on the first putt and then they'll putt up to this far and then they'll just walk up and hit it without having a look at that one as well. So make sure you come around behind, and as I said, you don't have to get right down. At least if you're just standing behind and having a look, then you'll have a bit better idea of what the putt will do. So have some sort of a look at the putt rather than just walking up and hitting it. All right, so give that a go, take a little bit of time, it doesn't have to be a lot, look at the green as a whole, and hopefully that'll help your ability to read the greens. So chord greens, you're probably not going to play golf on chord greens, especially if they're very freshly cored, but every now and again you'll find yourself playing where they're fairly sandy, really inconsistent surface. There's two things to remember when you're playing on chord greens. They're going to be really slow, so you're going to have to hit it pretty hard, and there is virtually zero break, so they're going to flatten out. I don't really understand why that happens, but the break seems to disappear when there's a lot of sand and when they're really slow. A bit like slower greens are generally less break or have less break than fast greens do. So all you need to remember is to hit the ball hard and take the break out, and then pretty much the rest is in the lap of the gods with putting on chord greens. You need to sort of have the right attitude and not have great expectations, and then just hope for the best.